The cell is the basic function in a human that is self-contained, fully operational living entity. Humans are multicellular organisms with various different parts of cells that work together to sustain life. Other non-cellular components in the body include water, macronutrients like carbohydrate, protein, lipids, micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and electrolytes, collections of cells that function together to perform the same activity is known as a tissue. Masses of tissue work collectively to form an organ that performs specific functions in the body. Despite the structural organism, all activity boils down to the cell, a complex unit that makes life possible. Parts of human cell contain various structural components to allow it to maintain life, which are known as organelles. All the organelles are suspended within the gelatinous matrix, the cytoplasm, which is contained within the cell membrane, one of the few cells in the human body that lacks almost all organelles are the red blood cells. Main organelles are as follow: cell membrane, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosome, mitochondria, nucleus, peroxisomes, microfilaments, and microtubules. Cell membrane is the outer coating of the cell and contain the cytoplasm, the cytoplasm substance within it, and the organelles. It is a double layer membrane composed of protein and lipid. The lipid molecules on the outer and inner part allow it to selectively transport substance reticulum and out of the cell. Endoplasmic reticulum is a membranous structure that contains a network of tubules and vesicles. Its structure is such that substance can move through it and to be kept in isolation from the rest of the cell until the manufacturing process conducted within are completed. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum: rough and smooth. Rough granular, smooth agranular. Rough endoplasmic reticulum contain a combination of proteins and enzymes. These parts of the endoplasmic reticulum contain a number of ribosomes, giving it rough appearance. Its function is to synthesize new protein. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum does not have any attached ribosomes. Its functions is to synthesize different types of lipids. Smooth air also play a role in carbohydrate and drug metabolism. Drug metabolism. Golgi apparatus is a stocked collection of black vesicles. It is closely associated with the endoplasmic reticulum in that substance produced in the ear are transported as vehicle or and fuses with the Golgi apparatus. In this way, the products from the ear are stored in the Golgi apparatus and converted into the different substances that are necessary for cell various functions, or the vesicles that break off the Golgi apparatus. It varies in size and functions depending on the type of cell. Lysosomes contain enzymes that help with the digestion of nutrients in the cell and break down any cellular debris or invaded microorganisms like bacteria. Structure that is similar to a lysosome is a secretory vesicle. It contains enzymes that are not used within the cell but emptied outside of the cell. For example, secretory vesicles of the pancreatic acinar cell release digestive enzymes which help with the digestion of nutrients in the gut. There are the Mitochondria, these are the powerhouses of the cell and break down nutrients to yield energy. Apart from producing its own energy, it also produces a high energy compounds for ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which can be used as a simple energy source elsewhere. Mitochondria are composed of two membranous layers, an outer membrane that surrounds the structure and an inner membrane that provides the physical size of energy protections. The inner membrane has many enfolding that form cells where enzymes attack and oxidize nutrients. The mitochondria also contain DNA, which allows it to replicate where and when necessary, which allow for replication of the cell. Within the nucleus is an area known as the nucleus. It is not enclosed by a membrane, but it is just an accumulation of RNA and proteins within the nucleus. Nucleus is the site where the ribosomal RNA is transcribed from DNA and assembled. Microfilaments and sorry, microfilaments and microtubules are rigid protein substances that form the internal skeleton of the cell known as cytoskeleton. Some of these microtubules also make up the centrioles and mitotic spindles within the cell, which are responsible for the divisions of cytoplasm. When the cell divides, microtubules are the central components of cilia, small hair-like projections that protrude from the surface of certain cells. It also the central components of specialized cilia like the tail of the sperm cell, which beats in the manner to allow the cell to move in a fluid membrane. Functions of human cell varies based on the type of cell and its location in the human body. All the organelles work together to keep the cell alive and allow it to carry out its specific functions. Sometimes these organelles are highly specialized and can vary in size and shape and number. Organelles are the most basic functional units that but it cannot exist and operate without the cell as a whole. Its function including take of nutrients and other substance processing of these compounds, productions of new substance, cell replications, energy protection in specialized cells that need to motile like sperm cell, tail like projection, allow for cellular locomotion. Cell membrane allows substance enter and leave the cell, while certain substance like oxygen can easily diffuse through the cell membrane. Others have to actively transported through the process of endocytosis. Small particles are transported by the process of pinocytosis, which while large particles are moved by the process of phagocytosis. These functions can become highly specialized to allow cells to perform specific activity like the macrophages that phagocytosis invade bacteria to neutralize it. Small and large substance that do not dissolve in the cytoplasm are contained within vesicle lysosomes attached to the vesicles and digest this material in the plasmic reticulum. Golgi apparatus synthesize different substances like protein and fats is required by the cell or designated according to specific functions. It utilized to contain within the vesicles some nutrients, specifically carbohydrates, are transported to mitochondria where it is broken down further to yield energy. In the process, high energy molecules known as ATP, adenosine triphosphate, are manufactured and provide energy for other organelles. Genetic materials housed in the nucleus provides the blueprint necessary for the protection of specific compounds by the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus. The Gene, genes also helps the cell replicate, codes for the formation of new cells. Secretory vesicles store some of the enzymes and other specific substance formed by the endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi apparatus. This stored substance are released from the cell when necessary in order to complete various functions that allow the body to function as a whole.